Wealth Management Podcast.
Welcome to the ZHAW Wealth Management Podcast. We are at Zurich Seefeld today at the offices of CFA Society Switzerland. I'm joined by Mirjana Wojtal, its CEO. Mirjana, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you very much for coming, Christoph.
Thank you. And Mirjana, let's start with your background. If I'm not mistaken, you have a background in life sciences. Why don't you tell us a bit how that came about and how you ended up at the top of CFA Society Switzerland?
Sure. Well, thank you very much for inviting me. I'm really honored and pleased to be part of that. Yes, I do have a PhD in neuroscience from University of Groningen in Netherlands. After I finished my PhD there, I moved to Switzerland. I did a postdoc here at the University Hospital, Zurich. I worked on animal models of multiple sclerosis. And after that, I joined the family office. The principal of that family office was a neuroscientist, and he had his charitable foundation where he wanted to promote brain research and really connect academia with industry. And my role was, I was responsible for different research projects and for programs that we had with local universities, international universities, and also with foreign governments. And then in 2016, the CIO of that family office was a CFA charter holder. So he recommended me for a job in society, and I joined the society in 2017. At the beginning, I was responsible for our flagship events, for our university relations. And then in 2023, when the board was looking for a CEO for the office, I handed in my application, I went through all interviews, and I got a job.
Congratulations. So CEO for 2 years now.
Yes.
Super.
Thank you.
Now the designation as such, CFA, I would say is still probably the gold standard in this investment industry. How relevant is it still today, would you say, maybe particularly for this is the Wealth Management Podcast for Swiss wealth management practitioners? Is this still something to aspire? Is this still relevant in 2025?
Yes, I would say it's very relevant. There are more than 200,000 charter holders globally. There are around 3,600 members of CFA Society Switzerland, so CFA charter holders here in Switzerland. Around 20% of them work in private wealth management, in family offices and family trusts. Of course, the biggest percentage of our members, around 33%, work for asset management, standardized management companies. Now, the curriculum is relevant because since its inception in 1963, it had evolved a lot to meet the demands of the market. So CFA Institute is doing an extensive research with employers, with candidates, with industry at large to understand how best to advance the knowledge and the skills that are provided by CFA program for professionals. A lot of efforts have been made so that a curriculum is focused on practical skills. And the idea behind that is that candidates are ready after they take their exams to translate those investing concepts into practices on the desk and from the day one they join the company. Mm-hmm. And the recent advances in the curriculum are, of course, on sustainable investing a few years ago, decentralized finance, AI application, machine learning in finance, and there are now practical skills modules. So candidates learn Python programming, they also learn financial modeling. And something, the most recent change actually is from February this year, where pathways have been introduced to the level 3. And now candidates get to choose if they want to do traditional portfolio management, they want to do private markets, or they want to do private wealth.
Oh, so it's more modular. Interesting.
Correct.
Now, speaking about these exams, they're obviously famous or infamous for the gruesome preparation, and we spoke about this before, so full disclosure, I'm a charter holder myself, and of all the many exams I did in my life, I believe CFA level 3 was the only one that I had to do twice. So I probably took that a bit too lightly and thought I could read a couple of summaries, which didn't work, so I had to do it again. But I vividly recall those long weekends and hours of preparation. Are there any tips you could give, any preparation guidance for students, graduates, professionals, how to make this a bit easier? Is there any, what's the best way to approach this?
Sure, but you know, that's a really always an opening conversation when you meet the other CFA charters holders. Like, oh, how difficult was that to pass the exam? But I'm yet to meet a charter holder who regrets taking an exam.
Yeah, correct, yes.
So let's talk about eligibility on enrolling for the CFA program. Today, students can enroll for CFA level 1, and there are 3 CFA levels, when they are within 23 months of graduation from their bachelor degree. So that means that while you're studying for your bachelor and master degree, you can enroll past level 1, possibly even enroll in level 2. And that means that by the time you're finished with your academic studies, you can have level 1 under your belt, which gives you a big advantage over your peers, exactly, when you're applying for your internship for entry-level positions. When I speak with employers here in Switzerland, and one of the biggest asset manager and wealth manager in Switzerland mentioned that they get more than 200 applications for one entry-level position. So the competition is very fierce, and it's not enough anymore just to have a master's degree from reputable university. And I think there are all the other benefits of starting designation or CFA journey early. One is that you can leverage the academic environment in which you are. Many programs in Switzerland are affiliated with the CFA Institute, that's ZHAW, that's the master program in banking and finance. That means that the 70% of level 1 curriculum is incorporated in that program. So while you're studying for the program, why not doing
you're almost preparing for the level 1.
Right.
Yes.
So that's a proper time management, because later if you have a job and you have family, it's possible, but it's more difficult.
That would have been my follow-up question for more senior professionals, people in their 40s, 50s who maybe want to switch jobs or take on a new role or just like a challenge. Is this still feasible or advisable to do this?
It is feasible. We still have charter holders in their 40s and 50s. This is more difficult. You have to have self-discipline because this is a self-study program. You have to have support from your family and friends. They have to agree that you will not be there on weekends when they need you and everything. But if it's possible, if you are determined to do that, everything is possible.
Yes.
And just coming back to the students, I mean, I want to mention as well that CFA is a global designation, as you said. So it means it opens doors for you internationally if you're looking for international career. And it's also a very versatile designation. So CFA charter holders work in 50 different roles: buy side, sell side, corporate finance, advisory, consulting, private wealth alternatives. So there are a wide variety of professions that you can excel in once you have a CFA program.
Maybe let's talk about the organization. It's obviously a huge organization, I believe, with the institute in the US, and then you have these local societies. What do you guys do at CFA Society Switzerland for your members? So
also for understanding, CFA Institute is a global organization of more than 200,000 charter holders. They are responsible for the CFA program. They are responsible, and they're coming now, they're understanding that not everybody will take a CFA program. So there are many certificates that can help professionals to advance their knowledge of the industry. But CFA Institute cannot provide value for every single a member working in different markets, and that's why there are more than 160 societies, and our role is to provide value for our local members. CFA Society Switzerland is the 8th biggest society in the world.
Number 8.
Yes.
Wow.
So what we do is a lot of professional learning. So we're talking about webinars, we're talking about in-person events. They're always followed by an apéro, and we do them in collaboration with other industry associations, AMA, Swiss Sustainable Finance, Kaya, and so on. We do flagship conferences, so we have conference for pension funds, conference for family offices, conferences on sustainable investing, and because this is Switzerland, we do our events in Zurich and in Geneva. And then networking events. Community is so important for our members, being part of that group of like-minded people that support each other, the challenge. each other. That's why we organize a lot of social events, like we have after work drinks in Zurich, in Bern, in Basel, Lugano, Lausanne, Geneva, everywhere where our members are. We have 2 big annual dinners every year. We are very focused to provide, again, skills that are not only technical for our members, that will help them advance in that profession. So we're talking about soft skills such as negotiation, presentation skills, interviews, and so on. And mentoring program is a huge part of what we do, and it's a very popular program with our members and candidates.
I would say that, I mean, the offering menu you have is huge. I remember this as a relatively quiet alumni club 15 years ago. My impression is this has grown significantly, what you guys are doing in terms of, as you say, community events, mentoring, and so on. This is
yeah, well, we know growing the membership base means that society also need to be professionalized. So we have a very strategic board. We have now office of 6 employees, executive office, and we work with 250 volunteers to deliver all of our events initiatives.
So big operations.
Yes.
Now, well, we're almost at the end, Mirjana. Maybe let's look at the investment industry overall, or Switzerland's investment industry, because you're obviously right in the middle with all these events, and you speak to members and speakers and guests, etc. How would you assess it? What's the status quo? Where is it heading, the industry, and maybe some tips or required skills for professionals here in Switzerland to stay successful in the years to come?
I mean, talking about private wealth industry, something that must remain and what firms must focus on is client needs first. So we are talking about very tailored products for the clients, and we are talking about the way those clients are approached. I think so for our industry is very competitive industry, and our industry must stay competitive. And to assure that we stay competitive, we need to have talents. And firms in Switzerland are unfortunate enough actually to hire experienced senior people, but I think the key success there is also to develop your own in-house people, because those are the people that are in relationship with clients. They understand the clients the best, and they can offer those bespoke solutions to them.
And what does that mean for people working in the industry?
That means that they need to be adaptable these days. And when I say adaptable, I mean that they have to value perhaps the side steps as much as they value the upward climbing, because every experience counts and learning leads to the progress, to growth. They must stay curious. They must embrace lifelong learning and stay on top of the trends of what's happening in the industry. They have to be courageous to leave the jobs they've been doing for the last 10-15 years and try something new, because you never know where opportunities are. They must develop T-shaped competences, which means that they have to have a knowledge on the diverse topics, be able to connect, but they have also very specialized knowledge on a certain topic. And they have to be excellent communicators. It's not enough just to have technical skills, you need to be able to transfer them.
Mirjana, something you have just demonstrated perfectly. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Christoph.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.